Alrighty, we are live. I hope you guys can hear me okay. This is the very first time here on the channel that we're going live. I wanted to try to do something else for once, is that we are going over the markets. So what's going on in cryptos and the stock markets, what's going on in the news, and just doing a live market update. I haven't uploaded, for a week. I had two reasons, because I was sick and I moved to Mexico. So right now I'm in beautiful Yucatan area in the east where the sun is shining, and the food is good, and having a great time. Completely better again, feel healthy, feel fit, so back at it again. Before we jump in, small announcement. I am maybe going to change the name of the channel and the logo. So if you suddenly see something different next week, then that could be because I changed it. I want to make it maybe a little bit more personal. Yeah, that's it. So without further ado, I suggest let's dive straight in. If I'm not mistaken, you guys are seeing my screen. So we're starting off with Bitcoin, then we're just going off here on the top left all the way to the right, doing some charts, going through the news, what's going on in the markets, and what will probably keep us busy for the next couple of weeks. I am trading also the markets. That's why I know some about it. I think it's cool to share the knowledge and to help you guys out. Maybe it's useful, maybe you find it entertaining. Maybe it helps you in any way. If you want to help me in any way, please do me a favor, hit that like button and subscribe. You will help out the channel tremendously. And now let's really dive in. Alright, so here I have the Bitcoin against the US dollar pair, and this is on a daily chart, which means that every candle here on the chart represents one day. Had this huge run up, had these four kind of bumps, and then we just had that long grind down, and this felt forever. I'll take this period really felt forever, and suddenly we had that spike up, the Elon Musk spike. We went up, went down again, went all the way up, and then hit a new high here, consolidate, went down a little bit, and had a new high here, which was a little bit higher than the previous high. And now we are retracing again and have a consolidated period, which means that right now the price action feels a little bit boring, and I draw this box, which is super important because this box has been resistance and support for a very long time already, all the way back at the beginning of the year, February. I mean, you see the top here, you have a few tops here, you have a few bottoms here, then it goes up, it tries to go up, it fails, it goes down again, you have a few here, you have here all the way in the top, that is resistance again, then we're really dropping down, and then it's resistance here, we go back into the box again, then we're failing here again, we're going above the box, and now we're going down again. So this is kind of the major support and resistance box. This is also where a lot of buy pressure is coming in. If we zoom in a little bit on the 4 hour, you see that we're going underneath the ribbons. If you don't know what these ribbons are moving averages on all kinds of time frames. So yeah, the higher the time frame, of course, the more powerful. So this means like when this red line is flipping, so we're flipping bullish, and then we're flipping bearish, and now it kind of squeezed together. It looks like we're flipping bearish again. So yeah, on the 4 hour, you see that we're kind of trying to go back over that ribbon line or cluster of ribbons, and then we're kind of being rejected in, going back, and we're kind of yeah, holding up here in this box still. For next couple days, maybe some sideways actions. We have seen, let me go back to the 1 hour. Bit of resistance here, and we're trying to get above it right now. I don't know if you ever heard of the name Plan B. That is a Dutch quant who came out with Stock to Flow model. He also has a price floor model. That model has been very accurate and correct already for a few times now in a row at the end of the month, when it was just a few $100s off. So absolutely incredible. For this month, he predicted and 98,000. Yeah, and since it's 24th November today, it's most likely not going to make it anymore. So that model will most likely fail. Interesting to see what we're going to do. If you wanted to trade this, I would say wait until this line has really been broken, at least on the 1 hour, preferably on the 4 hour, and that you get that test or resistance. Sorry, the test of the support. So actually, this could be technically the test of the support that was resistance, but actually better will be like a 4 hour or a daily, and then we might slowly go up again. So far, Bitcoin has always performed in a 4-year cycle. That would mean actually that in December we're topping out. I'm not in the camp of topping out in December. To be very honest, I was before in the camp we're topping out in December, but Bitcoin always likes to top out in like a so-called blow-off top. So if I go back into the past, see what I can find for you guys. It's having a hard time to load the data. All right, I will redo that next time because I think I'm using too much data right now. The Wi-Fi here in Mexico so far pretty good, not always very great. Another reason for us dropping down could be the reason that the dollar is gaining strength. And you just see this also on a daily, and just especially last few days, see just going up and up and up and up. I assume since Bitcoin is quite related to the dollar, this is the dollar euro pair. But since Bitcoin is quite related to the dollar, and as the dollar is gaining strength, then Bitcoin sometimes is retracing a bit. I assume that Bitcoin will find momentum again and go higher as soon as the dollar has been topping out and go lower. For Ethereum, then also the daily chart here looks a little bit like Bitcoin. For me, Ethereum is like Bitcoin with an ecstasy pill on it. It just has more volatile moves. It goes much more powerful to the upside as to the downside, and you see that here on daily we're kind of fighting with that ribbon cluster right now. Are we going above? Are we going lower? Going above? Going lower? This is actually just a very normal retracement after quite a powerful move up. This was almost 70%, and then this I think it's like 20, almost 20%. Yeah, 18%, 20% from the wicks. So that's completely normal, because if we're looking back in the past, we're also seeing here a retracement, 30%, 31%. Here from the top, of course, this one was quite brutal. This was 47%, and here we have a smaller one, 25%. So the current correction isn't anything weird if we are really breaking the lower lows in this case. So let me clear that up a little bit, and we're zooming in on the hourly. So if we're really going lower than these levels, then that might be a sign that we're going even lower, because right now we are very beautifully making higher lows. We're not making higher highs, but at least we're making higher lows. So this could be another higher low, and then we're going up a little bit. So right now, I would say do not jump into any long positions. Just wait what the market's going to do, because right now the trend is your friend until the end. And where is the trend going? Exactly, we are going down. This again is on the hourly chart. So if we're looking on a bit higher time frame, let's say the 6 hour or the 8 hour chart, then you're seeing that the price is kind of still going down. There's also, of course, a case to be made. Let me clear this real quick. And you might already see it if you have done some trading yourself. Is this beautiful W pattern, which could be made here. And if we do, then we're taking the line here, taking the bottom until the wick, and then the price target would be, look at that, 4900, which is almost the same as the previous top. So that would perfectly coincide. This of course will take a few days to play out if we are going to break up. This could be a potential scenario, and if else we could maybe be retesting this bottom right here. I hope not. I hope just we kind of consolidate in this area, because then we really had higher lows, and then we can move up again. And again, yeah, this is a little bit on the higher time frames. Looking at the S&P 500, you can kind of ignore these lines that are made. This is just the story of the year. It's absolutely unbelievable. Which is going up from bottom right to top left, and you're seeing that every dip is just being bought up. It doesn't matter where we are in the cycle. If we're going down a little bit, bam, we're going up. If we're going down, up, bam, we're going up. Here, tiny, oppa, up. So yeah, and of course all of this has due to the fact with the money printing of the central banks, that they want to restore trust in the economic system and in the economy of the country itself, and provide everyone from liquidity. And therefore money is a living thing. I already said that in another video. It flows to those places where it can get a return on cash, and that could be the stock market. So therefore every dip is just a buying opportunity, and as long as the central bank keeps printing money, it will flow to these places. So therefore it doesn't look like there's any end in sight. Looking on a very broad time frame, I mean, it looks a bit ridiculous actually, if you ask me. It's just almost a straight line up, and where you had in the past as well, but it looked like it was a little bit more going up and down, and you had certain like dumps and wicks down. I mean, this was then the Corona dump, of course, but after that it just goes straight up. So yeah, is this does it mean that now we're due for a correction, or there's soon going to be a bust? No, absolutely not. Like I said, as long as the central banks keep printing money and people keep buying stocks, this thing could go on forever. RSI, absolutely not oversold. I mean, slightly, but I don't see any signs here that this suddenly will turn into a huge market correction going down. Of course, there will always be black swan events, but yeah, I mean, why would you make the case to go down halfway? Why would it go down here, or why would we go down here? I mean, this could extend for another few years. So that's why, yeah, so S&P 500, actually a boring story, but the return has been tremendous in the last 12 months. I think it was more than 20% already. NASDAQ, another important market, of course, index, we see kind of the same, you know, just from bottom to top. It's just almost a straight line that we can just pull right through. And also here, every dip is being bought up, and you see also very consistent volume of trading. So also here, yeah, I don't see any reason why we should go down anytime soon. Also the RSI just look pretty good. So all right, cool. Let's quickly continue to the news, because I think the news of the week was Joe Biden giving Jerome Powell a second term. And this was important because I mean, Jerome Powell and Biden, of course, they meet so now and then, they have talks so now and then. They will probably say they don't, but you bet you that the policy of Joe Biden and the Fed goes hand in hand most of the time. And this is important because Jerome Powell will, with his policy, move the markets quite a bit, and also will determine how the economic future for the United States look like. If we're looking at gold, which is heavily correlated to this event, you see that gold had this massive run up right here, all the way from beginning 2020 all the way up, and then we had this long consolidation in this triangle. We tried, or gold at least tried, to come above. It was a fake out, going back in, going out. It was also a bit of a fake out, going out again. So this is pretty ugly. Then we were going out. I already draw a line, so if you have the triangle right here, then the breakout is always the size of the triangle, and that would mean that the price target of this breakout is among the $2,200. But then something happened. Jerome Powell got re-elected right here, and then you see this gold reacting very negative to this news. Why is that? Because um, the gold market is being seen as a hedge, as a safe haven. So you buy gold or gold stocks if you think like stuff's gonna crash down, or we're gonna have high inflation, or we're gonna have some kind of correction. Then gold serves the purpose of a safe haven. And with Jerome Powell being re-elected again, going for a second term, he might do something about interest rates or inflation, or just keep pumping up the stock market, because you already seen right here that under his term also the stock market went up tremendously. So as soon as the stock market will move down south, then of course you will also see gold may make correction and later on goes up again. That doesn't happen, so right away here at the 20th, 21st, that went down. And then, what a coincidence! 2 days later, after he got re-elected, it says Federal Reserve is likely to become tougher talking central bank, could end bond program sooner. Two things are happening here. You bet you that he had a very good talk with Joe Biden before he got re-elected. And what is also happening here is that he is preparing the markets to say we might stop buying up the bonds. And who knows, we might start raising interest rates. He's kind of preparing the markets to do so. What happens if interest rates are rising? Then the interest rate on your savings are going up, but also the interest rates on, let's say, your mortgage are going up, but the interest rates on you lending money for your business will go up. So lending money, the cost of having money, of lending money, will go up. If money suddenly can make a return again on just having it, so again your savings or in bonds or whatever, then money will flow out certain assets and will flow into other assets. And therefore you don't need to have gold anymore, because if interest rates will be raised in the next couple months or next year, then you don't need gold, because gold is the hedge and now you're getting a return again. So money just flows and comes and goes. So this could be also a reason. Another thing that I hear lately more and more, but I find it hard to make this case, is that Bitcoin is stealing gold's thunder. So where Bitcoin is like the digital gold, they said, okay, then a lot of gold investors then move to crypto, move to Bitcoin. There are a lot of correlations to be made, but there's also a lot of non-correlation. What I mean with that is that there are a lot of situations where Bitcoin should have acted as a hedge against inflation. It didn't. Should have acted as quote unquote stealing the thunder of gold. Didn't. So I'm not 100% convinced, but there is a case to be made. And next up is what will keep us busy for the next couple of weeks and months. Everything has to do with energy and electricity, sustainability, transition, all those kinds of terms that you heard already or will keep on hearing, will has to do with this. So Tesla now is full on solar energy, nothing new here. Another thing that really caught the attention was Rivian, that is a producer of electric cars, had an IPO, so that means an initial price offering, so it goes to the stock market. And it just right away valued at $66.5 billion. And this is a kind of a new company that has not a lot yet to show for, and still is valued by the markets at $66.5 billion. It just shows how much interest there is in this whole electrification, everything that has to do with transition, electricity, etc. Another thing that has to do with the energy is the uranium price. That one has gone up tremendously in the last year. I mean, we're for a very long time hovering around this 20, 24, 25 dollar per uranium pound, and suddenly we are going up. Has to do with a few factors. I will make a detailed video about what is exactly going on and what it could mean for the market in the future. But long story short is that there is a shortage right now in the market. There are a few parties who are buying up all the uranium, and there are more and more countries in the world who want to have uranium and will start using it for energy. So therefore the price right now is going up. This is still kind of nothing, because if you look at the chart at what we had, let's say from the dot-com bubble until the credit crisis, around $10, and suddenly we were peaking out at $140 almost per pound uranium. Then the economic crisis hit in, and then we completely went down the drain, right? And then we had this very, very long bear market, and now suddenly this is coming to life again. I think that a new bull market is coming, especially because we have such a long bear market, but also because of the uranium case. And again, I will make a dedicated video about this to go more into detail. But uranium price is going up, uranium stocks are going up, and I think there's much more to come. Another one is the oil. Oil has done tremendously in the last 12 months. There's a higher inflation in the world. There's more demand for energy and everything that has to do with this transition, and therefore you see also oil price peak. There's much more demand. So yeah, also of course oil stocks will go up. So this is kind of what we are facing right now, right? We have job claim reach. Sorry, we have a jobless claim reach of a 52-year low, which means that the unemployment rate is very low. Inflation jumps. We have a shortage of everything that has to do with energy, everything that has to do with materials. We also saw something coming by with a chip shortage, oil shortage. Carton boxes I've seen, so delivery companies who deliver, like maybe in Amazon, would have a problem to deliver products. So in all parts of the world suddenly there are shortages. Energy is going to be big. It's big now, but it will be big in the next couple of years, I think. And this is one of the headlines that you will see more and more and more. These are just 4 random energy stocks that are now making a lot of money on kind of the energy crisis that is going on globally. And the last one that I want to show you is the price of gas that has been 5-folded in a year time. This is natural gas in Europe, and what's going on here is that suddenly out of nowhere there's like a shortage in the market, and the price went up 5 times, from a little bit less than 20 then way over 100. It's kind of trying to stabilize right now, but who knows, maybe there will be another pump up. So what is then happening in like real life? How do we see or feel this? Well, there are still a lot of people in Europe cooking on gas and heating their house up on gas, which means that they have contracts for, let's say, a year or 2 years or 3 years, and the gas company who delivers the gas needs to buy in the gas every day, every week, every month, every year, whatever, against a certain price. But if you as a customer have your price locked in for, let's say, 20, and the price now goes up all the way to 100, and the gas company need to buy the gas, and Europe is right now going into a winter, they need to buy the gas against much higher prices than they actually sold for. So if they need to buy it against 100 and selling it against 20, they're making 80 loss on every gas that they're delivering. To be honest, I don't know how they're delivering it. Is this per liter or per square liter? I don't know exactly. Anyways, the fact is just that these gas companies are running behind the facts. Some of them already gave their license back to the governments in the European Union, which means that every company needs to have a license to export and import their gas and deliver it to households. But if they cannot sustain it anymore because the price is just too high, it's just a matter of time before they go bankrupt. So yeah, by handing over the license back to the government, they're actually saying we are declaring ourselves bankrupt because we can't sustain this. And if then winter still needs to come and they still need to buy all the gas for the next couple months, it is absolutely game over. Also, some governments are now jumping in to give the households some extra cash by tax reductions, so they can survive the winter. And in the background, they are trying to make deals, for instance, with Russia to get the gas, or more gas into Europe, so that the price can stabilize or can go down. But I think this will hunt Europe longer. So yeah, stock markets stable, and I will say cryptocurrency, I think more is to come. I am very bullish on it, and for the news, mainly it is just a transition. Everything has to do with energy and sustainability. So yeah, if you guys like this kind of videos, please let me know in the comments. Subscribe and hit the thumbs up if you want to hear more news, less news, more stocks, specific stocks. You want me to look at charts, you want me to go more into depth, please let me know in the comments, and I will try to answer as much as I can, and we'll take it with the next video. The next upload will most likely be Friday, and if not, then I really, really hope next Monday. And yeah, let's try to do these live streams